Carly Watson. She is here. Holistic ADHD coach, founder out of Wild Minds Wellness, dedicated to helping individuals manage ADHD without medication. Carly offers alternate approaches, including cold water therapy and meditation techniques. By her meditation techniques empowering people to thrive naturally. Her unique methods are inspired by her own journey to become ADHD medication-free and building a successful career. Not the first time at Agile Yorkshire. First time at Agile Yorkshire?
First time, yeah.
Fantastic. Okay. And I should just compliment fantastic festive earrings as well, Carly. Please give Carly a super warm welcome.
Hello. You might be wondering why I'm here, because obviously that introduction didn't talk about tech at all, and this is a tech event. I did used to work in tech, and one of the things that I did realise that a lot of people in tech are neurodiverse, a lot of people. So even if you don't think you are, you probably are. So a bit about me then. So my name's Carly. I turn 40 next year. I know I don't look it. I live in Pudsey now, but I've also lived in Garforth, Huddersfield and Australia for a bit. It's my fiancé Oliver, been together for 9 years. We've got 2 dogs. Gary, he's a yellow lab, and Helga, who's a black lab. I do come from a tech background. I own my own business and I have ADHD. So I was formally diagnosed in September 2021. I went through a private clinic because the NHS waiting lists are disgusting. You're looking in some areas like 10 plus years. That's just not good enough, but that's a completely different topic. It wasn't cheap, but at the time, it was what I needed to do for myself. So I went and got my diagnosis. Basically, when I got diagnosed, I didn't really get told that there was any sort of options. It was just like, let's put you on some medication. And I didn't know any better, so I was just like, yep, that's fine. So by November 2021, I'd started Elvance, which is actually a stimulant. It's basically speed. It basically is. So I'd started that, and then everything was suddenly easier. My life was better. I had no brain fog. I felt like a new person. Unfortunately, that didn't last that long. And I was really, I don't know if it's unlucky, because I think it happens to a lot of people, but I got a lot of side effects. And my side effects were quite severe, and I really, really suffered. So like overheating, night sweats, mouth ulcers. So I got mouth ulcers because I developed this little stim of running my tongue along my teeth at the bottom, and that caused me to get really bad mouth ulcers. You also can get a dry mouth, which didn't make the mouth ulcers any better. I had trouble getting to sleep. If I did get to sleep, I had really poor quality sleep. I talked even more than I talk now. I already had a bit of a habit of sort of picking skin, but that got a lot worse, and that led to infections, especially in my fingers, because I'd bite the skin around my fingers and then an infection would come. It's horrible, and headaches. And what would happen then if I didn't take my meds, so either I forgot or I decided to maybe have a day off, I'd have extreme tiredness, extreme restlessness, nausea, feeling depressed, feeling anxious, and even more sort of trouble sleeping. It wasn't fun. So fast forward to October 2023, and there was an ADHD medication shortage. You may or may not have heard about that. It didn't just hit the UK, it was actually worldwide. So I actually had a couple of friends who had contacts in India and Greece who had, they knew people who were pharmacists, and I tried to get some meds and you just couldn't because it was worldwide. So typical ADHD, I sometimes forgot to take my meds, so I'd managed to get a little collection of my smaller dose. So I used to take 50 on a morning and then 20 milligrams on an afternoon, but I'd often forget to take my afternoon ones. So I'd had my little stockpile instead of taking my 70 milligrams, which is the highest that you can take of Elvance. I was just taking sort of 40 milligrams on really busy days, heavy days, and then maybe 20 milligrams on a quieter day, or sometimes nothing at the weekend. But as I said before, when I didn't take my proper dosage or I didn't take anything, I would get the withdrawals as well. I was struggling and I was starting to panic. So in December 2023, so a year ago now, which I can't believe it's been a year, I reached out to an ADHD coach who specialises in ADHD, managing ADHD without medication. I was really clear with him at the start that I didn't want to come off my meds. It's not what I wanted. I felt like I had no other choice but to take them. The important thing for me was I just needed something to help me manage whilst the shortage was happening. And also the forecast for when like medication was going to come back in stock was not good. It was they were saying it could be months and months and months. So my coach, Joseph Pack, he introduced me to the drug-free ADHD method. So the method was created by Joe. He'd actually had a number of seizures due to self-medicating with like alcohol and caffeine. And after being in hospital after the seizures, he was then diagnosed with ADHD, but he wasn't going to be able to take medication because of the seizures. So he wanted to find a way to manage his ADHD without meds. So the main focuses of the method that he teaches are cold water exposure, meditation and breath work. We also spent some time looking at my diet, introducing some supplements, looking on my exercise, and also just looking at how to better structure my day. So sort of the typical things you'd expect from a coach. And obviously, you know, we all know diet and exercise helps with everything. But for me, it was the cold water that really made a difference. I am not lying when I tell you that cold water changed my life. Like, I am going to not get emotional, but it absolutely has changed my life. So I'm going to read this out word for word, so that'll stop me crying. So cold water has so many benefits, such as helping with pain and inflammation, contributing to cardiovascular health and can reduce the risk of certain cardiovascular diseases, less inflammation and soreness, which can help restore physical performance. It also has some really awesome benefits for those with ADHD. So it increases your dopamine levels in the blood by 250%, which can help increase mood, focus and motivation. It increases noradrenaline levels by 200 to 530%, which can help with increasing energy and focus. But it also can trigger a mental reset and cultivates a deep sense of gratitude and peace. So I really quickly, what's my time? Because I can't, is that 4 minutes? Okay, cool, I've got time. So I started with Joe in December 2023 and I started with cold showers. I hated that. I still hate cold showers, if I'm honest. I really struggle with them for some reason. But I was doing like 10 seconds for the first week, 20, 30, up to a couple of minutes, and up to the point where I was having my whole shower. I could manage to get a whole shower in about 2.5 minutes, wash my hair and everything, and just do that in cold water. And then somebody I'd connected with on LinkedIn had advertised a retreat she was doing in the lakes. And the thing that drew me to that was that it said it was going to have some wild swimming. So I was like, brilliant. This is where I'm at the moment. So, yeah, so wild swimming, this is perfect for where I'm at the moment because I've been doing my cold, my showers and everything. So I went there. I went to the lakes, and on the first day we went and had a swim in Ullswater. It was amazing. It gave me so much clarity, and when on the walk back to where we were staying, I was like, I feel like I can see better. Like, my eyesight hadn't changed, but it felt like I could see more. And it was really moving, and it was amazing. But it wasn't until the next day we sort of hiked up a bit of a mountain, and on the way back we followed the stream, and there was a bit of a plunge pool about halfway down, and we had a dip in there. And I swear my life changed in a second, and the feeling I got from that water and what I felt when I got out was just absolutely unbelievable. I do actually have a picture of me stood naked up on the hill in the lakes. It's from behind, but I thought I'll keep it. I mean, I'm already in my cosy, so I'll keep it PG and I won't include that. But that was the moment my life changed, and I knew that the way forward for me was cold water. So yeah. So moving on to the other thing we spend a lot of time doing then is ADHD-friendly meditation. It's not some new thing. It's not some fancy thing. It's basically just meditation with a mantra. So what I now, as an ADHD coach, help my clients with, and what Joe helped me with, is having a daily meditation routine where we just use a mantra as something to focus on. Everybody has a lot of thoughts going on in their heads all the time, but with people with ADHD, it's usually a lot of thoughts. There might be a couple of songs going on there. There's all sorts of things. But closing your eyes and just repeating a mantra over and over can really, really help to stop the thoughts. So this is how we meditate. So find a comfortable and quiet place. Make sure you sat comfortably. You've got a nice straight spine, relaxed shoulders. We always start with a little bit of breath work. Big, quick inhale through the nose, slow exhale through the mouth. And then we use a mantra and just repeat this over and over in our heads. So the mantra I use is, I can handle this. It's really simple. It's easy to say, but it has a really positive affirmation with it as well. And I do my meditation every single morning at 7:30, and I start my day by telling myself I can handle it. One thing as well that's really important is you not to try and stop your thoughts. It's not the point. You're never going to stop them. People who tell you they can get a clear, quiet mind. Unless they're a yogi from India, I don't believe you're full of shit, even if you're not got ADHD, because it's just not something people can do. But this actually just helps you to focus on something other than those thoughts. So to conclude, so on the 21st of February 2024, I took my last dose of Elvance. This was after working with Joe and following the drug-free ADHD method for less than 3 months. In May, I started my own business as an ADHD coach to further share the drug-free method. And as of today, I take a dip in my ice bath almost every day. Almost because sometimes life gets in the way, but I do try and do it every day. I wild swim at least once a week. I do breath work and meditate every day, and I actually co-host a daily meditation call every single morning on Zoom at 7:30. My diet's changed, and I'm exercising more than I have in years, and I'm successfully managing my ADHD without medication. Look at that.